Hey guys, welcome to another fun-filled episode of Taste This TV. Yeah, I'm Chef Joe Seminara, and today we're going to be doing some pasta, but overall, it's an Italian show. Now, the way I do my pasta is a little bit different from many people doing their pastas, but I've learned over the years that since there are no rules in cooking, always look at what everybody else is doing and put your own little spin on it. Now, we're going to be working with a couple of different products today. One is lacquer cookies. I know you've seen the quadratinis on a million shows that I've done on Taste This TV over the years, but they're so good, and that's why I continue to use them. UOC, my good friends, UOCfood.com to be exact, is the distributor of this fine food. So if you're interested in what you see, run out and grab it. Now, we're also taking a look at this wine here. Now, this is another South African wine. We're on the South African kick, folks, because the wine is just amazing. There, Rat's Family Farm Cabernet Franc. Which is going to go really, really, really good with this pasta dish, with the tomatoes and the different edamames and stuff that we're going to be putting in there. Now, we have some edamame that we've got in there. We're going to be using Crave Brothers, their fresh mozzarella cheese. We're going to be doing like my version of an incredible garlic bread to put on top of it. We got a little bit of Cheeky Boy sauces today. We're using their German-style hot sauce, Berlin 49, baby. And we can't forget about infusedoilsandvinegars.com. We're going to be using the extra virgin olive oil. And what I've done so far, folks, is I've taken this, this bread here, and we're actually just crusting it on one side. We've taken that olive oil because we want a nice crispiness on both sides. So that's going right there. And we have our water boiling for the pasta. So let's kind of get started what we're looking to do here. Now, you can take any style of bread that you want. Any kind of bread is fine. This is the regular Italian bread, but it's important to get that oil in there, and that's what we've done. You want to crisp it up just a little bit, so you know, be generous to yourself. As long as you're using a really good quality olive oil like this is, you're going to do just fine. So we got that really in the olive oil. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to put the hot sauce in. All right? We're going to put the tomatoes. This is all going to come together. We're going to put the garlic. I'm going to put some micro basil in here like so. And we're going to put the broth here. And we're going to put all that on the fire, on the heat. When I say the heat, I mean fire. You know, it's like an industry term for cooking, right? So we're going to put it on the fire. We're going to put it on the heat. We got this mozzarella. Now, this mozzarella is going to go on top of that bread, and it's going to be baked in the oven. Ate something like this in Tuscany years and years ago. So we're going to cut this around like that. This is some really good quality mozzarella. Wow. I'm getting better than that. Incredible. Now we're going to slice this mozzarella, because that's what we're looking for. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be putting in the mozzarella on just like this. Okay? We're going to take our bread. Already this is coming together nicely. We didn't even do anything. We didn't even get busy yet. And already it's starting to come together, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take this incredible mozzarella. We're going to do a couple things to the top of it. Crave Brothers. All right, we're putting a little salt on top of that baby, and a very generous cracked black pepper, because I like a lot. If it ain't rough, it ain't right. All right, that's how it looks. We're putting this in the oven, the whole thing, just right in the oven. We're hitting broil on this thing if we could figure this thing out. All right, so next we're going to work, while we got this baby in the oven here, our version of garlic bread. Now that is garlic bread, all right? All right, you need really good cheese with that, and we got one. Next is this incredible pasta from Italy. Take a look at that. This is homemade. That's how you know. I mean, this has been hung on the rack dry. This isn't no machine dryer. You know it's always good, comes with this parchment paper in there. Pull it out like this, and that's basically what happened is, you could see, after it was made, it was hung on a wooden bar like this, as hung dry by hand. All right, you don't see that much. What you will taste is a different quality. So this is their fettuccine pepperoncini. So You're gonna get a little bite, a little spicy out of this, which is gonna go really good with the Cheeky Boy hot sauce. So we're gonna put this right in the hot water. Typically this pasta is good for about 3.5 minutes and it's done. So any type of fresh pasta, definitely don't overcook it. And we're gonna put the rest in. Be gentle, don't break it. We obviously want it whole. Okay, so now that our pasta is obviously in the water here, and we got a little bit of time, but you know, that's what we're kind of looking at. We want an al dente type of pasta. This is really gonna be great because it's got the flavor of the pepper, which is really gonna go well. And then when you talk about this type of pasta, right, you don't wanna bury it with some kind of like heavy cream sauce or just you know, throw a million ingredients on. This is not a primavera, and my primavera is a lot different anyway, but don't confuse this type of pasta with putting a ton of things on it. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna keep it simple. A little butter, a little oil, a little garlic. We're gonna let that marinate itself in with the actual spaghetti and the fettuccine that's in there, whatever cut it is. And then it's gonna absorb all those flavors. If you use an infused oil, it'll absorb the infused flavors in there. Then we're gonna put them on top of that garlic. Now watch what happens when this garlic bread comes out. You're gonna see it melted on top. The sauce is gonna be created on the side. It's gonna just be picture perfect. Then what we're gonna do, if we can find a fork around here, we're gonna twirl the pasta as good as we can get it and lay it right on top of the bread. And you, my friends, have got an Italian feast, all right? Now, the pasta is just about ready. Our bread is looking good. That cheese is really melting, and the black pepper that goes on top of that cheese is just, this flavor is gonna bleed right into the mozzarella, and it's gonna make it that much better. But it's important to use a good quality mozzarella for this. You don't wanna be using like some cheap deli store-bought crap that, you know, you're gonna end up writing in and saying, why'd you tell me to buy that, right? So I'm gonna move this aside. Just in a couple of minutes, maybe even like 30 seconds or so, that baby's gonna come out. So I'm gonna grab a paper towel. Now, this dish is always a favorite every now and again because it's tough to make it for 5 or 6 people. So if you're making it for 1 or 2 or 3, this is a good dish because really it's like one pan cooking unless you make like this real big pot. I mean, it's up to you. But let's see what we got here. So we're gonna take our pasta, which is ready to go. All right. We stir this up and then we strain it. Okay, I'm gonna return that back. Now a couple of things that we're gonna do is grab the butter. We're gonna put it right back in the hot pan like that. At least 2 things. We're gonna throw a little bit of garlic. We roasted this garlic ahead of time. It was roasted. A little cracked black pepper. So we got our butter in there. We got our black pepper. It's looking really good. We're just gonna take our pasta, put it right in there. Make sure you try to strain your pasta out as much as possible. I mean, we really want this to be as dry as possible because if it's dry, you're able to twirl it and the butter will absorb into the actual pasta itself. All right, that looks good. See how, you see the shine it gets now because of the butter? Smell is incredible. Wow. Very simple, right? We didn't throw like a million different things on this. We want the flavor, that's all we want, okay? I'm gonna leave this like that. We're gonna take this garlic bread out. Let's see how this looks. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Wow, that is some good looking food. Okay, that is really good looking. Lift up the bread, be very careful. We're gonna put this down in the center like that. All right, we're gonna transfer that. We're gonna twirl this baby up. That looks good in itself, like you don't even need anything else, but we need the pasta because we talked about it, right? Don't ever leave anything out in a cooking show. They will write and tell you you forgot it. They do not miss a beat. Okay? Yum, 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 yum. Need a little bit of singing with this. And you, my friends, are going to be golden, golden, golden. All right. Coming up next, a really quick and easy tiramisu. Don't go anywhere. Taste this. Okay, so now we're going to get started on a very quick version of tiramisu here. Now, today we're going to be using Crave Brothers, this really nice mascarpone cheese. It's really nice, sweet, and creamy. It's going to go well with this. Now, I've made a very thick creme anglaise earlier today, and I'm going to combine my mascarpone with the creme anglaise. Now, make sure you leave your mascarpone out at room temperature so it's nice and creamy like this. Now, you could use a mixer, or you can do it by hand. Either way, you're going to be fine. It molds right in. If it's cold, you may have a problem. So just mix that. Already you could smell the mascarpone, the creme anglaise. Really, really, really good. Now at this point, I'm going to put a little bit of chocolate in there as well. That's what I'm talking about. All right, now we're going to take our coffee. Now, you could use espresso, and I recommend using espresso. You take your quadratinis like this, and you dip them in, one at a time. It's such an added treat to use this as opposed to plain Jane lady fingers, if you know what I mean. So put your quadratinis like that. You're going to take your mixture on top. If you have a pastry bag, that's fine too. If not, it's all going in the same spot. You're going to alternate the quadratinis. And you could use espresso because that's going to give you the most potency when it comes to coffee. We're going to put some chocolate basil on here. This is actually chocolate basil. And we're going to drizzle a little bit of this really special honey on top. Wow, that's what I'm talking about. This by itself with the mascarpone and honey would have been great, believe me. And you put the little chocolate basil on top. Here you have it, some incredible, really quick tiramisu. Now, you have this, you have the tiramisu, the music is playing, that's amore. We take a little stroll to South Africa, get some of their incredible wines here, like that. Beautiful Cabernet Franc is gonna go great with our Italian dish. Wow. Perfection in a bottle, my friends. Nothing less than that. So thank you for joining me on today's Italian show with Taste This TV. I'm your host, Chef Joe Simonera. There never was any rules in cooking, and there certainly isn't now. Taste this.